Hey everybody, it's Leia Mondragon, the Mad Truth Seeker, and it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, but I decided to do a little commentary on this little Sports Illustrator Jorden Peterson Kermit debacle, whatever. I don't know, maybe it's the conspiracy theorist in me, but I just sort of feel like probably Sports Illustrator just needed a bump, and Jordan was like, "I got you." And they probably weren't getting hits or something like that, and Kermit was or I don't know why they call him Kermit, but he probably was like, yeah, I have an idea, just the right idea. Gaslighting idea. That's what it is, girls. It's gaslighting. That's why I'm not even really upset by any of this, because really, to me, it's just kind of funny, because like, if you um when you've been around, you know what men are really like. That kind of thing only really works on young and insecure girls. That's what it is, because we know better. We know, even a lot of these guys that go around saying, "Oh yeah, trophy wife only," and all this. Like, please, we know, we got your DMs, all right? Like, we know what you do in the middle of the night when she's sleeping, and it's not even really appreciated. So it's just funny. Um, I can't really take it too seriously. Like, it's obvious that he probably doesn't even mean what he's saying. I mean, the girl is like beautiful, you know. So I wouldn't get too upset. I wouldn't like allow it to actually emotionally cause any distraught or anything like that, because it's a troll. And I do think that there are objective standards to beauty. I'm in school as an esthetician. I'm getting my license, and in art, even, there's color theory, there's composition, there's forms that attract the human eye and everything. But aside from that, I mean, beauty is obviously subjective. It's energetic, right? It's You can be the most beautiful person in the world, and people might not be interested. You could be Hollywood beautiful. I mean, you see that all the time. Gorgeous people that are plagued with insecurity because they experience it. There are things that, like, oh, I don't know why this person doesn't like me, because not everybody's gonna like you. And conversely, somebody may not be beautiful to a lot of people, but there's always somebody is going to be beautiful to somebody. That's just, everybody knows this. So um besides, the standards change over time. I think it's a little, I kind of understand where, like, if I'm being generous, I kind of understand where some of these people are coming from, that they don't want to be told that they have to call something beautiful that they don't find beautiful. But then conversely, you can't go around saying, like, she is not beautiful. No, she's not beautiful to you. We understand this. Fine. You don't think that she's beautiful. That doesn't mean that she's not beautiful. It's just that you don't find her beautiful. That's all right. And the other way around too. You can't make everybody look at something and say that's beautiful. It's something that you feel, and if you feel it and if you don't feel it, that's a very individual experience. It's very personal to be able to say whether something is beautiful or not. So and I've experienced that. Like, I've like made fun of some females' appearance online and stuff like that, and they say, "Oh no, she's beautiful the way she is," and it's like, all right, I mean, everybody's beautiful to somebody. It is what it is. But, like, we've had really bizarre um examples of throughout history. Like the medieval eyelash plucking is kind of a weird one. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but somebody thought it was a good idea to start plucking their eyelashes, and it caught on. Or like drawing blue veins on their boobs or whatever, I guess, to attract vampires, like Vlad the Impaler Jordan over here. Which I think it's hysterical that this guy is like going around saying that she's not beautiful, because it's like, really, guy? Like, I mean, come on. Like, you could walk by her and she wouldn't even notice. The guy, like, he looks like he probably eats meat all day long, and He looks like a B12 deprived vegan. No offense to my vegan friends. I'm just saying, that's their thing. But yeah, I mean, these things are subjective, and they're like transitorily objective for a time, and it's based what it's based on is, and in a hetero, I'm talking about hetero attraction here, is people are attracted to a mate that they feel they're gonna have successful offspring with, right? That's really what the sexual draw and the magnetism is based around, and we internalize some of these symbols of, sometimes these are symbols of wealth, like a girl like her back in the Renaissance ages, they would paint women like this all day long in those paintings. I mean, look at Aphrodite. She was the standard of beauty, and she was just like her. She was a chunker. Why? Because if you had wealth, you had meat on you, and that means that you're going to have babies that are going to survive. If there's, God forbid, no food for a while, like you're gonna be all right. The baby will survive. The baby will live. Um, it's also a sign of wealth in that she's taken care of. There are people around her that take care of her. Now it's sort of like flipped around. We have so much food and so much wealth, really, that's what it is, in our society to go around, that, it becomes a question of, oh, a lot of people say, like, oh, well, they don't have self-control. They can't close their mouth. Sometimes people do eat so much that they gain so much weight that it becomes a health issue for them, right? With diabetes and things like that. And when you get ill, like, that's not, uh, you know, subconsciously speaking, and for many people, like, even consciously, like, they might not want to have a child, if they think that there's a problem there. So I mean, this is why it's become what it is. Whether the moral judgment around that, I'm not placing. I don't think that if somebody's well or not, that we should just judge people based on these things necessarily. Look at people on an individual basis. But um I'm talking about the primal instinctual, reasons that people have for the things that they do. And so people subconsciously internalize these things that become symbols of wealth and success and all these things, and it becomes attractive, and only for the time that it is a symbol as it stands as that thing, because who the hell even remembers or believes in plucking your eyelashes out of your face? It's weird by today's standards. So um the problem that I have, though, the issue that I really take, and the reason that I really wanted to say something and make a video about it, is my issue that I take is with this very materialistic, vacant, banal take on it's the objectification of women. But the problem with that I find is that this guy's going around like he's some you know I don't know, like a men's rights activist or something. He's like the white Kevin Samuels or whatever that guy's name was. My issue is that you're talking about a problem with, like, feminism and all these women's issues that are becoming problems for men, but you are in turn creating the very problem that you're claiming to stand against and to have advice to remedy. Because when you carve out the spirit of woman and leave a hollow, vacant, insecure shell, you can't turn around and wonder why there's gold diggers or women that just want to get on that deed and get on your life insurance, and you can't wonder why that exists if you are helping to create it. And speaking of like insecurity and everything in women, I just want to a tip for especially the young girls. Just so you know, the way I know that he's gaslighting with the whole "she's not beautiful" thing, um, that's something that men do. You could be skinny, you could be fat, you could be all kinds of ways that the same man will say she's too fat, she's too skinny. What they're really doing is they're breaking down the self-esteem of the female so that they're easier. I mean, I've had so many guy friends, the gig is up. Like, they'll tell you. You hang out with guys, they'll tell you, yeah, you call her this, whatever she is, you just make fun of it. So that the thing that you even find her attractive for becomes a thing she's insecure about, so she's accessible. It's manipulative, it's dark, it's dirty. And you're creating the very problem, because in reality, feminism is a response to something. You can blame every other reason in the world. You can say, that women's movements have been hijacked by Marxism, or that it's foreign entities that are trying to create subversion in our society. And you could even be right. You could even be right about all of that. But so long as you give them something to exploit, it's on you. It's on you. Okay, you want to talk about men being leaders? You want to be a leader in the household? You want to be a leader in society? Leaders inspire. Leaders inspire action through love. Okay? So the very idea that you're going to break down women and like, I don't know, make them submissive this way, you're just creating a vicious cycle. You want strong people in your society. You want women that can stand on their own with you. Because if you have any weakness in your unit, in your family unit, your a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. You can't talk about family values, and you can't talk about putting God first and then promote materialism. It's incompatible. If you want to pretend to be, even pretend, if you want to even pretend to be about strengthening the family unit, you can't promote the thing that causes them to break. If you're not promoting higher values, you got nothing. You're not about anything. I understand the desire to promote strength, ability, all of these things. I think they're good virtues, they're good values. But I'm just a fan of doing it through inspiration, through positive work. That's how I feel about it, And I mean, all of that is just, all this trophy wife stuff. And I mean, it's just kind of like a joke, really, because, I mean, half the world still does arranged marriages. If there's such thing as reincarnation, oh my God, dude, like next life, you're going to be a woman and your husband is going to be butt. And you're going to have to learn to love him. That's going to be your karma. You're going to be with some butt ugly guy and you're going to have to learn to love him. That's going to be your karma. I believe in karma, and I believe that karma has a sense of humor. Anyway, that's what I came here to say. I just want to say that I believe very much in promoting higher values and instilling those higher values in the people that are you're charging to. You want to tell these people whether or not men are supposed to be. That's a completely separate issue. Whether or not we all agree that men are supposed to lead, as long as you're promoting this idea, then you need to actually teach them to be real leaders. And that means spiritual values first. And if you're not teaching that, you're fake. Have a good day.
Big fan.